afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Monday, May 20th. You know what that means. It's time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. I am a little bit under the weather, which is why this is coming out so late. But I'm going to give you what you want and what you need. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. Let's get into the news. Smackdown lawsuit. WWE has filed an extension after a Florida resident, alleged that he sustained injuries during Friday Night Smackdown coming from the pyro. Complete hearing loss. WWE filed an extension, and they obtained that extension from the District Court of Connecticut, so they could provide a response. They have until June 3rd to file a response. Cash Wheeler has been cleared of his aggravated assault with firearm allegations. Plain and simple, they went through a legal process, found not guilty, and we move on. Vince McMahon's legal team has fired shots with a memorandum targeting Janelle Grant, and they have stated that Grant loved Vince and wanted everything, and that she just complained in court. This is a matter of trying to just beat her down, which is not it's not good. NWA, according to the owner, Billy Corgan, revealed that he has signed another TV deal, but it has yet to be officially announced. We know that they will be airing on the CW. The announcement should be coming soon, relatively soon, the next maybe month or so. Paul Walter Hauser, super fan, has entered the ring. Will be battling at MLW's Battle Riot 6. The guy's a major wrestling fan. What can I say? Do what you love. He's been great for the business and for the industry. AEW and Warner Brothers, we have a deal on. So we have an update. Told you I'm sick, y'all. We have an update on their deal. They're getting a new TV show, which is Match in a Meal or Meal to Match. Pay-per-views are possibly moving to match, which you all assumed would happen. We got to get really the particulars and see what's going to go down. But the WB is waiting to see what happens with the NBA rights before they move any funds to anywhere else. In the show, Meal in the Match had its first episode on the 15th. It is hosted by, of course, Renee Paquette and RJ City. Yeah, RJ City. I'm sorry, debuted on the 17th on the TBS YouTube channel. The first guest was Eddie Kingston. Nataya's WWE contract will be expiring soon. She will be a free agent in a couple of weeks. Will she be leaving? Will she go to TNA? That's a good question. We'll see what happens. But losing one of your greatest superstars ever, especially in the women's division, does not help. Zaya Brooks has confirmed that she has signed a long-term deal, multi-year deal with TNA, so she isn't going anywhere. She's a bright, young talent. Very, very good on TNA's part to lock her up. On the injury side of things, and some sad news, hopefully it's not as bad as we think it might be. Athena is injured. She got injured at the recent Ring of Honor tapings with her World Championship ring surpassing 520 days. Hopefully this does not stop her from defending the belt. We will get more information on this injury. Looks like it's a leg injury, so hopefully all things are well. Speaking of leg injuries, Eddie Kingston broke his leg over in Japan facing Gabe Kidd in their match, so that's why he was pulled from the Anarchy in the Arena match. Powerhouse Hobbs is beginning rehabilitation on his knee, as he had knee surgery, which will take him out for a while. We'll see what goes on with him. The injury was, let's get this to be exactly, he had knee surgery. Notably, he had to repair the patella tendon. CM Punk's in return. His timeline sees him coming back. Hopefully he can make SummerSlam. They can't keep drawing this feud out between him and Drew McIntyre. So we'll see what goes on with that. Darby Allin is not fully recovered. Remember, he broke his foot and was hit by a bus, but he will be participating in Anarchy in the Arena. Asuka's taking time off to address a nagging knee injury. So she's going to be away for a while. So Damage Control will just be Io, Kairi, and Dakota Kai. And speaking of, more injuries, we're talking about Charlotte Renegade is out with a concussion. So her sister Robin will be going it solo. We'll see what happens with that. We don't play around with concussions. Looks like Anthony Henry has made his return as he wrestled at the recent Ring of Honor taping, so that's good to have him back. And Ivar is also out with injury. He was written off of television. He looks like he might be having surgery, so we'll see what goes on with that. But that is the news, and we shall be right back with the week in review. All right, the King of the Ring rages on Monday night. Raw, Drew McIntyre starts the show, comes out, and says his usual shtick. And of course, he makes sense, but then Damian Priest comes out. It makes even more sense. He tells Drew that you're the one that stopped me from cashing in on Seth Rollins multiple times. You're the one that could just celebrate your victory and leave. No, you got in Punk's face. You did all that. So Priest gives him a title match when he's cleared. Plain and simple. But Drew is right. Priest is right. Priest tried cashing in on Seth Rollins multiple times, and Drew stopped it. You did it to yourself, Drew. Io Sky defeated Shayna Baszler to advance in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Shayna attacked Io before the match, but this was a solid affair. Dom tries to convince Damian Priest to work with Carlito, and Priest will think about it. Chad Gable berates Maxine and Ivy Nile. We'll see where this goes. Keanu James will be working with Adam Pearce. Samantha Irvin introduced Lillian Garcia, who's the special guest ring announcer for the following matchup, and it was Gunther versus Kofi Kingston in the King of the Ring matchup, and Gunther defeated Kofi. This was a really, really good match, and reminded you all that, Kofi is a living legend at this point. Like, come on, guys. It was a really, really good and fun match. Liv chastised Lyra Valkyria backstage, and then Becky punched Liv. Karrion Kross tells Kofi that he can always change things around. Please, I do not want the Karrion Kross stink on Kofi. Kingston Bronson Reed defeated Akira Tozawa, so that's another loss for the Alpha Academy. Lyra Valkyria defeated Zoe Stark to advance to the Queen of the Ring, and then following up, Sami Zayn defeated Otis after Chad Gable messed up. So somebody's got to turn on Gable. Will it be the number one guy, Otis? We will find out. JD McDonough warned Strowman to not get involved with the Judgment Day's business, which means Braun Strowman's going to get involved in the Judgment Day's business. Becky Lynch defeated Dakota Kai because Damage Control always loses. Even though Io Sky won early, Damage Control attacked after the match. Lyra Valkyria made the save, and then Liv jumped Becky during all the brouhaha. The Judgment Day defeated the Creed Brothers, AOP, and the New Catch Republic to earn a tag title shot thanks to Carlito. And now that was cool. Jey Uso defeated Ilya Dragunov to advance in the King of the Ring tour. I know people are upset about this, but you can't just give us Gunther versus Ilya right away. You just gotta relax. Over on Dynamite, Team AEW gets a new member. This show gets a fish, just like Raw gets a fish. Wrestling, which is really basic this week. Kyle Fletcher and Jeff Cobb attacked Jon Moxley before their tag match, and then Mox and Danielson defeated Jeff Cobb and Kyle Fletcher. Takeshita attacked after the match, and Claudio came out with, I think, a crowbar to make the save. The House of Black attacked Copeland. They took his Redding ring, and Kyle O'Reilly tried and failed to make the save. Eddie Kingston's injury is announced. The Young Bucks defeated Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. They then fired Christopher Daniels and says he'll get a 30-day severance package. That is hilarious. Jack Perry, who was on commentary, poured his drink on Tony Schiavone. Tony Storm says Deeb, after Double or Nothing, will end up like everybody else in Las Vegas, with passed out with an ass to their face and no dignity. Hilarious. Hook won a squash match. He then challenged Jericho for the FTW Championship. Jericho's like, yo, listen, no. Don't be selfish. You got to work your way to this. And then Hook attacked Jericho, and Shibata made the save. Swerve Strickland defeated Brian Cage. Swerve kept attacking after the match until the patriarchy just ruthlessly beat down Swerve, and they busted a picture of Swerve's family over his head like Swerve did to Nick Wayne, Hook and Shibata both won Jericho, and Joe wants to know why Hook is getting played. I would totally be fine with the trios team of Hook, Shibata, and Samoa Joe. Really. Tony Storm defeated Harley Cameron. Harley looked good here. Like, she's clearly been training. This was fun. Will Ospreay and Roderick Strong have some really strong words for each other. The Mercedes Moné and Willow Nightingale contract signing ends with Willow putting Mercedes through the table. I think we're officially on the point of Mercedes being a heel here. In the main event, Okada defeated Dax Hardwood, and Darby Allin's the fourth man for Team AEW. Which is pretty good. Overall Impact, we are moving some pieces around. So we open up with Ash by Elegance defeating Xia Brookside. Ash finally gets her rings back and then decks Xia, so I don't think this is over between the two of them. Rosemary says Havoc along with Taya and Bunny are all gone, so now she's free. Not like a sense of I'm happy they're gone, but she's got to change. She started cutting her hair. I wonder what's going on with Havoc though. Kushida says he will be fine for his explosion match after he caught the octopus ink in his face with Gresham. Leon Slater defeated Allen Angels, and the ref during this match passed out, but this was the ref from the Kushida match the following week, so he's being affected by all that Gresham. Slater escapes Khan after the match. Jake something explains his last name and how he was doing an interview with Gabby, and no, it was Gia, sorry, and he blames Diener for his loss last week. Diener's like, yo, we're cousins, we're family, and he's sorry, and Jake doesn't accept that, and clotheslined him. Speedball and Trent tell each other may the best man win, as they'll be facing each other next week in the X Division #1 Contenders match. Kaz defeated Steve Macklin after Zach Wentz sprayed some paint in Macklin's eyes. Giselle Shaw accepts Gail's guidance. We had the second part of Santana's interview. It was nothing crazy. And in the main event, we had the champions versus challengers matchup, with the champions winning this match. We went like 30 minutes, but we got a little bit more fun with some Steph Glander PCO madness. Over on SmackDown, we had more King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring matchup. Super Cena Bianca defeated Tiffany Stratton to advance in the Queen of the Ring. We had a tease between Logan Paul and LA Knight, which is what we all really want. Jade says she'll beat Nia. Carmelo chides Knight, and then Tama Tonga defeated LA Knight to advance in the King of the Ring. And then Melo chided Knight again. So we got two teasers for LA Knight. Logan Paul changed the contract. He said he wasn't putting up his U.S. title, even though it's promoted as title versus title. Cody wasn't having it. Cody's like, you're an outsider. You don't respect this business. You don't respect me. You don't respect anything. He's going to show you where you stand. I'm going to show you where you stand on this hierarchy. And he puts, he signed the new contract, and he put one of Logan Paul's peoples through a table. Nia Jax defeated Jade by DQ to advance to the Queen of the Ring. Nia yelled at Jade's daughter. Went to hit her with a chair, and Jade countered and hit her with a chair, so Jade got DQ'd. DIY defeated Legado del Fantasma, Humberto, and Andrew Garza. AJ Styles says he will redeem himself after losing to Cody and Randy Orton. Bayley will face Chelsea Green next week. In the main event, Randy Orton defeated Carmelo Hayes to advance in the King of the Ring tournament. The Bloodline arrived at the end just to, look at Randy, show that things are serious. We had Collision on Saturday. Rampage followed. Collision was a very, very predictable show. It's starting to really irk me. And that's probably my biggest thing about AEW. The matches are very predictable. But Ospreay defeated Shane Taylor because Shane Taylor always loses. And then Ospreay fought off the Kingdom. Jericho wished Hook luck. Hook defeated Johnny TV, and the Shibata defeated Rocky Romero, so they both qualified for the FTW Championship Triple Threat match, which will also involve Brian Keith, who defeated Boulder. Pac doesn't care about the Bang Bang Gang, which means he cares about the Bang Bang Gang. Orange Cassidy defeated Isaiah Cassidy. Serena Deeb tapped out Anna Jay. Tony Storm came out and danced naked in Deeb's flag. Nick Wayne defeated Johnny Cartwheel, and Brian Danielson and FTR defeated the Righteous and Lance Archer, because the Righteous and Lance Archer always lose on TV, and Dave Garcia made the save after the match. Over on Rampage, Colorado defeated Lee Moriarty. Roosh won a Scotch match. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Robin Renegade. Thunder Rosa made the save after the match, and he kept fighting after the match. So we got some heat here. The Elite hires Satnam Singh to take out Bryan Danielson on Dynamite, and Brian Cage defeated Anthony Bowens. Our matches of the week, not much. Real talk, not much. From Raw, Gunther versus Kofi Kingston in the quarterfinals King of the Ring matchup. From Dynamite, Kazuchika Okada versus Dax Hardwood. And from Smackdown, Bianca Belair versus Tiffany Stratton. And a quarterfinals Queen of the Ring matchup. From our Star of the Weeks, we give it to Willow, Nightingale and Tam Nakano for their solid affair over at the Stardom Flashing Champions event. But that's our show. I'm so sorry that I'm sick. I have a really bad headache right now. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic Creations on Instagram, and check out this week's schedule coming up. We got some things. We got a list tomorrow. We got Let's Talk About Our King of the Queen of the Ring preview. I might have to say that for Friday. We got a Double or Nothing preview because King of the Ring is this Saturday. We got What Just Happened, a whole bunch of stuff. But that's the show. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.